What's up YouTube? I'm Valentin the Mad, and today I'll be discussing the additions and changes we had to the Gore system of killing Floor 2 since the Gore review. My original plan, as stated in the review itself, was to make a separate review when Killing Floor 2 hits official release. However, as you can see by the length of this video, there aren't all that many changes. Definitely not enough to justify an entirely new review, so the best course of action would be to discuss them in an update video format. Just like the reviews, I'll be going over the changes category by category. So, let's get started. We now have 2 points of amputation for each limb instead of the 3 we had when the first early access version came out. It's by no means a big deal, but a downgrade is something I'm never happy to see, especially when everything worked just fine previously. A new addition is the microwave gun, which makes enemies swell up and explode. If you stop before they explode, many enemies, mostly the smaller ones, would as well. The reason I believe is that you can't activate the dismemberment and other mutilation mechanics on the swollen characters. It would be amusing to see swollen dismembered limbs, but this limitation is understandable. The biggest addition to the Gore system is the NVIDIA Flex, or in other words, physically accurate blood, puke, and intestines. The Flex blood will work as an addition to the speeding mechanics I discussed in the main review. The really exciting part about it, which I can't emphasize enough, is the fact that this is fluid simulation. The vast majority of games imitate the behavior of fluids with splash effects and decals in the environment. Fluid simulation such as this is as close as we currently have to the real deal. However, there are issues. The first and the most obvious one is the looks. It looks like some kind of a weird red goo, rather than blood. The second issue is that you'll see it slide down walls without staining them, which makes it feel even more like some kind of a slimy substance. The third issue is that unlike the bodies and the wounds, I couldn't find a setting in the INI files to make the flex stuff stay longer. The puke will disappear in 10 seconds, the blood in 30, and the intestines in about 50, with no option to change that. However, the biggest issue is the fact that those effects will work only on NVIDIA graphics cards. If you have an AMD card, you simply cannot activate them. This is something I really hope will not become common. I don't think anyone wants to get to a point where in most games, or at least in many of them, you would have significant effects limited to hardware manufacturers. We're not there at the moment, and I really hope we'll never get there. Back to the effects themselves. The bottom line is, I don't think those effects as they are can deliver a proper response. However, should they be taken further in future titles, those effects could potentially end the whole issue of blood splashes not being proportional to the stains. Whether it's by making those fluids look and behave like actual blood, or whether it's by using this or similar tech to spawn decals in a very accurate manner. That is something I would be really excited about, and I believe this implementation of Flex is a step towards it. As for the additions in the animations department, we have several new reactions, such as knocking characters over, stunning characters, and slowing them down by shooting the leg. The issue with those reactions is that they are skill and weapon specific responses. For example, you'll see characters get stunned by a flashbang, but they won't be stunned from taking a shovel to the head. Characters will slow down on shots in the leg only if you have a specific skill. You'll see characters get knocked over when you use the pulverizer, but a point-blank shotgun shot in the chest is not enough to knock down a skinny's head. The game would feel significantly more responsive if those reactions were activated whenever it would make sense to activate them. The way they are activated now, you won't feel much of a difference. To sum the whole thing up, the feel remains largely unchanged. We have a bunch of minor additions, weapon and skill specific reactions, and the flex effects. What I was hoping for is the bigger characters becoming more responsive, but that didn't happen. At this point, it most likely won't happen in this game, but maybe it could be a goal for killing floor 3. Until it happens, we can enjoy tearing apart the smaller Zeds, which is still a great experience. That's it for today. Let me know how you feel in the comment section, and if you like the video, subscribe and share it around. If you like the content and you want to support the channel, the Patreon link is in the description below. Until next time.